This is a fairly exciting video because it's something that I've wanted to review before, but I've never gotten around to because I don't actually build much city stuff, but this one's really interesting. It's a Lego City playmat. It has this playmat here. It's going to be 5 big pieces, and I've been told they're cardboard-like, but I don't exactly know. There is a picture on the side of the 5 pieces, but that's not all because they're actually double-sided. So here on the back, we can take a quicker look at all of the things that it's going to include. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty interesting. They've got holes in the corners that can be linked up using system bricks, and it does come with over 100 pieces to build with. It's ages 6+. I don't know why you would need that for a thing. I guess it's because it's actually Lego, right? So let me open the box and let's check it out. So because I've never opened it before, I don't know exactly what to expect. There's a couple different, 2 of these little pull tab things, which I cut kinda, and I can pull them out. I guess I should have maybe peeled the tape. I think this is a reusable box if I wanted to. There's a little thumb hole here, so I can pull. Now, something to notice is that it's a very heavy box, actually, which is good. And there's those 2 different compartments in there, one for the road pieces and the other for the Lego pieces. So we'll keep that box so I can store my pieces in there. This is the pieces. It's one of those softer bags. Looks like 100 pieces. There's a mail piece for postage. It's clear. The instructions. It's going to be for all the little builds included with it, and those are cool. There's some telling me to make 2 of the big tables and 6 of the little ones, and then I can make these different things. It mentioned over 50 combinations on the box, which is kind of interesting, and I think that's, you know, fun. It also shows you how to build little rises, which are these things, and then you can make ramps out of it, which is actually really cool. And I won't be able to show those very effectively though, unfortunately. And like a elevated parking level there, and where to decorate it with, and yeah, 50+ combinations. It's showing you that's like a construction scene going on there, and it's showing you make like a little bridge to a construction scene, and all the pieces it comes with. There's product numbers for those things, so you might be able to buy those from customer service. That would be neat if you just wanted specific shapes. So let's go through, I'll set these out of the way, and let's go through some of these different plates. So these they're not cardboard, they're like laminated things. They're fairly sturdy. I'm not really able to bend them. But so the first one is a straight piece, which is good. It does say Lego City, which is kind of whatever. And on the back, ooh, that's a miss. I guess that's technically a T-piece if you want to get technical, because there's a lane coming down this way, but it's straight in here. The backside, I was hoping that the backside of them wouldn't be the same thing, because then you could use more of them. But now if you wanted to make 2 straights, that's not super ideal. The next one is a 90-degree turn next to some rocks and water. And there's like a bush over here. And on the backside is also a 90-degree turn. Again, kind of a miss to have all of your same pieces do the same thing. It's like Lego tires, though. There's some cactus in the middle. It's a dirt piece, I guess, though. But it's, again, comes in from the side and goes out the bottom on that one. And you can rotate it, of course. This next one is a T-piece. It's got some sidewalk on the top. The bottom has a little bit of grass in the one corner and some more sidewalk. And again, come in from the sides and go out the bottom. Now this one's a curve, That's a curve with more rocks and water at the top and bushes. And I guess this could technically make it a T if you wanted to go off into some off-terrain over here. But it's a road piece curve. Now this one's interesting because it's another curve, but it's like, again, maybe a T-piece. You could come off this side of the road, and there's a big broken spot in the middle. There's some bushes at the top. On the back side, ooh, what is this? Okay, so it's a bridge. It's again, I think it's a T-piece. There's like a coast here, but there's a little pond, a little bridge in the middle, some boards down here, but you could definitely come in this side or this side and the top as well. Now this last one is a parking lot, which is kind of interesting. It's not, this is the best car I have right now. It's a good sized parking lot. It's, 6 slots, but the each slot is good. It's a dead end though, so it only comes in from the bottom. And then this one, it's like a bus stop maybe. It's got some construction-y side, the dirt on the bottom, the grass on the top. It's a straight piece technically, but again, there's like a bus lane here where a bus could like half pull off and you could get around it maybe. Interesting. So let's play around with some of those holes and do some of the actual connection builds, quote unquote. But the little decorative builds don't add anything structurally to combining these things, and I'm trying to figure out how these things combine so that you can find out how these things combine. So the first build is really simple. You get 2 of these, so I'll make the second one off camera. This one's even simpler, honestly. But 3 pieces, and you've got these little tables, and that gets 6 of those, so I'll also make those off camera. Now, for certain builds, it's recommending that you take one of these and you put this little wedge, and this is to stack things on, so you can make these second layers of things, and it does include the pieces to make 4 of these. You actually put 2 green plates, the 2x2 plates, and then we're stacking it up. So that's going to roughly be, it's 2 bricks and 2 plates high, and that's how high it says to go at a time. And it actually tells you to put them on top of some of these that you've already made, so that it's going to make it 3 bricks and 3 plates, which is 4 bricks high, I think, total. It's kind of interesting. I'll go ahead and make up the rest of them, and we'll look at how they stack. So here is the parking lot suspended into the air. It is, I believe the math works out to 4 bricks high. We've got the, if I lift that up, you can see we've got the blue wedge there. And now it's off balance, and I've got to get it back in there. That blue wing wedge piece thing is what it's resting on top of. It's roughly, I'd say each one of the plates is roughly the size, the road plates is about the size of a Lego plate, so that's kind of neat. You could perhaps lock it down if you felt the need. It's the blue piece, there's 2 gray plates that are acting as struts outward, and then the 3 bricks, so that's good. It recommends that you use those yellow ones to make your angles, and that of course leaves a little bit of gap in between the 2 of those, but it's not terrible, and it works fairly well to make that slope here. And of course I can actually pan the camera over outside the work area and we can see the corner of the studio. But that's a nice ramp, and if it was a straight piece it could obviously work a little bit nicer, but easy enough. So let's look at some other things we can do with it. So assuming that I want to put together these 2 plates to have this curve go into the parking lot, I just line them up together, and then I slap in these bad boys. And little tables work, and I could have used the big tables as well with the other things, or I could have taken off the topper table things and used them. They're all the same thing. It's that 8 stud distance. It's about 4 to the edge there, so anything more than that would go over. And I suppose I could, realistically, I mean, I could connect that to the plate underneath and actually lock it down. And finding that spot's a little bit hard because there is a little bit of a gap again. There's a tiny bit of wiggle room, but it's not so bad, and I cannot find it on this side, of course. But there, those are locked down, and that's not so bad. And so now these plates aren't going anywhere. There's like I said, just a teeny bit of wiggle room, and I could lift them, I guess, and whatever. But you pry it up and rearrange it. If I wanted to flip it over or something, I could do that very easily right this second, and then slap those guys back in. Of course, if I didn't want to have the thing poking out, I could always have that on the table there. And realistically, like I said, is that they're one plate high. So I just throw that on there and they're not moving around. I like it. So before I let you guys leave, I just wanted to bring out I believe that's a 32 by 32 plate. And it is almost exactly the same size. There's just a teeny little bit of overhang on these sides. And it's just a tad bigger, the Lego plate is. But it's just a little bit so you can have a little bit of play in those plates to do whatever it is that you want to do with them. So I've shown you the fronts and the backs. I've shown you the ways they can connect. Of course, there's the big 4-piece one, and you could put 4 next to each other if you wanted to make some kind of thing like that. If you wanted to build, I could show you that, I suppose. If you wanted to put a building there, is all you got to do is throw that down, and you could build between there and just lock it into those, or like I said, lock into the holes themselves. So you know what, let's take a look. Well, I've got one of the more interesting plates. It's that one with the little bit of a pond leading to a river that goes to some rocks, and I want to put oh, it's the Red Potion Shop. I just want to throw that right about here. So easy enough. If I'm going to be putting it onto these plates here, so if I throw this guy down, it's one of those green 2x2s that came with the set, and it should just fit right in there. And of course they're not pushing down far enough. Is that enough distance? I don't know. So I throw that there, this guy goes here, and for whatever reason doesn't want to lock onto the studs. And I missed the spot. So I had a slight miscalculation, and it's because of the height of the studs pushing this up, but just another one fixes that, the 2x2 plates. And I don't know why they don't want to grab onto each other. There it is. And then I just simply, wherever I want my building, attach it there, and now I do need something underneath there in the back to hold it up, but 2 plates, and that's a system connection holding that in place. That one could be attached to the back of the plate, and there's no gap between here and there. You can see a little bit of green from the connector, but if I moved it forward more, you wouldn't even notice. And it's easy. It's really easy to do. So that's cool. It's maybe not super ideal for a permanent city if you were, making a huge city and you didn't want to ever disassemble it, but if you were at all considering wanting to move your city around, that's just super easy to make that nice and have some roads and parking lots and stuff. Not great for a fantasy city, but anyways, I think that's it. Yeah. So that's the playmat, the Lego City playmat. It's they're the replacement for road plates, I think. I got mine for $25. I still do have a sack of parts left over for decorating my brand new Lego City with, and the parts were components made in Denmark, the Czech Republic, Hungary, China, and Mexico. So standard stuff because it is regular Lego parts, and that's all that I can tell you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them if I can. And if you want to see more pictures or something, let me know and I'll post them up on Flickr or something. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching the whole thing.